Good evening, idiot hookers. Oh, what up, YouTube? My name is Carly Fries, and it's Halloween today. And I am dressed up as Miss Chanel Oberlin from Scream Queens, which is a very good TV show that was canceled after 2 seasons. I'm actually heading out to meet up with my friends at the bar where we do our trivia night, because it is trivia night tonight, but it's Halloween themed because it's Halloween. And I might go out afterwards as well. And I'm kind of in a rush to get ready. Like, I gotta leave in like probably 20 minutes. I gotta review some books. This is my monthly book video. So these are the books that I read in the month of October. And what's funny is I still read 4 books, but I feel like I just haven't read at all this month, especially because I went on vacation to Mexico. And yes, the vlogs are coming. So I had planned on reading Outlander, like, and starting that series on vacation. I did not read it all. I didn't read it all. Within 3 weeks, I did read 4 books, so not so bad. But you guys are just here for the actual book, so I'm just gonna stop talking and start reviewing. First book that I read in the month of October, and actually it was kind of just finishing it up at the beginning of the month, is Dark Throne, the much anticipated sequel to the 3 Dark Crowns series by Kendare Blake. Yeah, I almost always mess her name up. I was under the impression that the first book was a standalone, but then it ended on a huge cliffhanger, and then I found out there was going to be a second one, and then I thought it was just going to be a duology. The way this thing ends, and then it says it's going to continue, so obviously they're making more books. I don't know if it's going to be a trilogy or 8 books, who knows at this point, but kind of feel like there's not that much story left to tell, so hopefully she just wraps it up with the 3rd book, because honestly, if I'm going to be honest, the first book was so good. Like, I was so excited for this book, and then my expectations were like up here, but it kind of delivered like here about. And not that it wasn't good, it's just, I felt so slow. And it's not like one of those books where it's just like super slow and then like at the end it's like, whoa, like it was just kind of like meh, like the whole time. And I was really disappointed because the first book was so good. So it might be the kind of situation where like some book series, their like middle books are like meh, and then like beginning and end are like great, so it kind of works. So hopefully that's the case for this one, but I had no choice but to be disappointed by this book based on how much I enjoyed the first one. Second book that I read in October is Before She Ignites, and this is by Jodi Meadows, who until this book I had never heard of. So I don't know if she's an upcoming author or she has books out there I just don't know about, but either way, I support her because this book was so good. I got it in an Owl Crate box because the theme was like mythical creatures, and this book has dragons in it. But this was such a good read. Like, from start to finish, I was compelled. It's basically about dragons, and the main character finds herself in prison, and anybody who knows me knows I am enthralled by prison narratives. Not a lot of prison stories in books as much, except for Orange is the New Black. So I obviously watch Orange is the New Black, the TV show as well, and Wentworth, the Australian prison TV show, and prison documentaries. I'm kind of obsessed. So the fact that this protagonist lands herself in jail piques my interest in general. The fact that there's dragons in it, and like there's a whole mythology behind the story, it's really interesting. It's fantasy meets prison, which is pretty cool. And I've never seen that done before, especially because I don't see a lot of like prison YA books. Probably because most of those characters are like in high school, so you can't really be in jail. But anyway, cover is gorgeous, the story's good, there's more coming, and I'm so excited to find out like how the story is going to continue. Because spoiler, she's no longer in prison, so she's gonna be on the outside. So I'm nervous but excited to find out if I'm gonna enjoy it as much now that the main character isn't in jail. If like that's what was like, you know, keeping me invested in the story, but I don't think that's the case. I really did like the main character. I liked the other characters. Very invested in this. I highly recommend that if you enjoy fantasy books, if you like dragons, if you like good female protagonists, then pick this book up. The third book that I read in October was the Iron Trial, which is the first book in the Magisterium series, which is a, what's it called, like preteen or kid slash teen book. It's not young adult, and it's written by a Miss Queen, Cassandra Clare, and Holly Black. And I've had this on my shelf for so long. I don't have any of the other books. I'm pretty sure they're at like book 4 or 5 or something. And I've just been wanting to read this, but I've been like, I don't have the other books. Like, what if I really like it and then I don't have them? So I finally bit the bullet and read the book, and I liked it. I really did like it. I don't know why this has to be classified as a kid's book. I guess the characters are on the younger side, but at the same time, there's a lot of fucked up shit that happens in this. Like, there's like death, there's, you know, like scary stuff that happens, but at the same time, Harry Potter is like marketed to kids. Speaking of Harry Potter, this is very similar in that the main character, Cal, who is a normal kid, except that he knows that like the wizarding world like exists, but he's been told by his dad to stay far away from it because they're basically evil. But then he kind of gets roped into going to magic school anyway, and he finds out he loves it. Who wouldn't want to go to wizarding school? Like, the problem is there's a lot of dark history with Cal as well as the school, and like a lot of, you know, sketchy things start happening, and there's kind of like a wizarding war going on. Does this sound familiar at all? But I don't care. It's a good book. I'm going to eventually pick up the next books, but it's not really on my list of priorities, and it's a fast read, so I'm in no hurry. I can just pick up the books and read them within the span of like a week. If you want to read something that's like Harry Potter, but you don't want to actually read Harry Potter because you've gone back and read it already like 8 times, and you want to wait at least another year before reading it a 9th time, then read this in the meantime. Just me. So am I the only one who does that? And finally, the 4th book that I read in October, and I just finished it this morning, so I'm still going through the feels a little bit, as they say, is They Both Die at the End by Adam Silvera. And I have wanted to read an Adam Silvera book for so long. A lot of the booktuber, the group of booktuber friends that I watch on YouTube, they are friends with him, and I've just seen so much about his books. Like, what's the other book that he wrote? History Is All You Left Me. That's what it's called. I've been wanting to read that book for so long, and then when the concept was revealed for this book, I was like, I gotta get me some Adam Silvera in my life. On my shelf. Still haven't picked up History Is All You Left Me, but last time I was at Chapters, I was picking up some books, and I was like, you know what? I'ma buy it. Cause why not? I picked it up and I started reading it a few days ago, and I finished reading it this morning because it's not too hefty, and it's so compelling that you just have to keep reading it because you want to know how they die. What's weird about this book is that you like the characters and you don't want to like the characters because, well, they both die at the end. Adam makes you like the characters because what's the point of reading a book where you don't care about the characters and you know they're gonna die? It's like, what's even the point? So obviously you're gonna love the characters and you're just gonna be crying through the whole book because you know they both die at the end. You just want to know how they die and like what journey they take to get there, and that's what's so good about this book. Like, the way these two characters like come together, and there's like so many other characters mixed in. That's what's cool. It's like, oh, first of all, let me just tell you the concept. So basically, these characters are living in this alternate universe where everyone gets an alert between midnight and 3 a.m. If they're going to die that day. So basically, there are people on a call center calling up people like letting them know you're going to die today, get your shit in order, do what you need to do in your last day. So if you don't get that alert by 3 a.m., then you're good for the day, which is cool because at the same time then you feel safe and you're not going through your day like scared of life, which is me. Basically, in the book there are 2 characters who do get the call, and there are other characters who get the call, like side characters who influence the story for other characters, and there are people who don't get the call who also are a part of the story, and it's like everyone basically weaves together. Basically you see how the decisions that certain characters make affect other characters, like the ones who get the alert that they're going to die. They might have died because of the actions of other people who are set to die or not die in the book. So that's like, it's really interesting to see all these characters and like how they affect each other's lives. But it's also just amazing to see the relationship develop between the 2 main characters who at the beginning of the book don't know each other, and then through a last friend app, which means you can like message people who've also gotten the alert and like kind of have someone to experience your last day with if you don't have anyone, or you know, you just don't want to die alone, then you can go on that app. So basically the 2 main characters, they become friends through that, and this is about them, and it's so good. But there you go, that is my monthly What Did I Read video. I'm feeling the pressure right now because I've looked at my Goodreads page to see how many books I've read this year, and my goal, which was 70 books, I'm only at like 58, which is stressful. Usually by this time of year I've already hit my goal, or I'm almost there. So now I have to read like 12 books in 2 months. It's 6 books a month. I don't have time for that. I mean, normally that would be easy peasy for me, but like, I just got a lot of stuff going on. So I'm gonna do what I can, maybe read some smaller books. Smaller books, says the girl who just started Tower of Dawn. Anyway, if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and comment down below with the books that you read in the month of October, or what you thought of any of the books that I read, if you yourself have read them as well. Subscribe to my channel because I really want to continue making content, and I want people to enjoy it and share my love of reading. So if you also love books like I do, or any of the other stuff that I do on this channel, then please, I would really appreciate it if you subscribed. Yeah, coming up in the week to come, Mexico vlogs, lots of them, get ready for that. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. And once again, my name is Chanel Oberlin, and I'm better than you.